Today, I'm going to be building up a city here in this area behind me, but first I did just want to quickly mention a few things. Number one, I did get a new skin, so as you can see, I'm a little bit more of a farmer now. I have an arm for the copper update, which just released. Sadly, I'm still waiting on the fabulously optimized mod pack to update, so I'm still on the previous version, but that's alright. There's not a lot of the features in that update that I really wanted to mess around with anyway today, so yeah, that's alright. The next thing that I wanted to mention here quickly is that I have added the fresh animations texture or resource pack to our playthrough here. So if you see some animals kind of moving a little bit differently, such as the horse here and our dogs, yeah, that's why. I've also added a few other texture packs. As you can see, our hunger bar is actually carrots now. The UI itself is actually in dark mode. And there's a few other things here as well. Those were just all added with vanilla tweaks, by the way. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is that I have actually spent the last, I think it was 21 days, basically leveling out this entire area. Went underground and dug out a ton of dirt. As you can see down below the platform that we have right here, yeah, it's a lot of dirt, but now it's all up here, and this area is now ready for a town to be placed here. So if you're excited to get started on our first town here in the world, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton and lets me know that you guys are interested in these videos. If you want to go one step further, why not consider becoming a channel member? It's the best way to support me directly, and you get access to each and every one of these videos early. I've added a new membership tier that's only 99 cents, which is, I think, fairly priced. And you still get access to all of the videos early, so yeah, what are you waiting for? The next thing that I want to do is, of course, spin the wheel to see which food we'll actually be probably farming and then eating in this episode. So let's start. Let's spin that wheel, and we get... is it going to be bread? Oh, bread. Okay. Not too bad. We already have a wheat field, so we shouldn't have to grind too much for this one. I should have a ton of wheat in one of these barrels. Yeah, this one's completely full, so I think that we can just use our stores of wheat for this one. Here we go. We got a stack of bread. This food item should be way easier than the chickens. Speaking of wheat though, I think I do want to just quickly run a harvest on this wheat field. Obviously we have a ton of wheat already, but I just like to do it every once in a while. Basically every time it's fully grown, I just want to make sure that I'm clearing it. So let's roll that time lapse. Alright, and not too bad of a harvest either. We have this barrel full of wheat, and this one mostly full as well. So another thing that I did in between episodes was I actually went back through on this path here, and I just added a few more details. Mostly I just went through and added these firefly bushes and these, I can never remember what these ones are called. These are wildflowers. So I went and added these. I think you add them like that. And I think it adds a pretty decent amount of detail here. I added some of the dried leaves as well here and there. And some peonies, and I think these are even cactus flowers, which add a pretty nice bit of like detail as like another flower type. And I've also been kind of working on this fence area here. So this is basically the property line of this farm. So I've just added a few trees here. Unfortunately, they didn't quite grow right. A few of them did, but some of them are still pretty short. I'm not entirely sure why. What I did basically was I added these pillars of dirt next to the saplings and let them grow. But some of them didn't quite turn out right. So I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to just replant those. But yeah, that leaves us with this little area here. And I think back in the spot here, I want to add either more wheat or more like a different crop, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But up front here, I want to add an animal pen. I think I want to do cows here, so I'll probably need a barn as well, or at least a lean-to of some kind. And we won't do like an auto farm with the chickens or anything like that. We'll just have probably like less than 10 cows here. So down the path from our farm, we have our brand new city area. Now, I kind of want to take a comparison shot here. This is what it looks like now. And after we're done, we'll compare and see how it looks. Kill that guy. So yeah, like I said earlier, I've flattened this area out completely. It took, I guess I missed a little spot there. It took a pretty long time, I think about 20 in-game days. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's still not perfect, as there's still mob spawning every once in a while. But it is a good canvas for us to get started with building our next build, which is going to be a blacksmith shop. And I think I want to put it like right above my head behind me here. Let's see if I can point it out, like right here. That way we have a little space in front where we can decorate a little bit more. And then at the like outer edge here, I'm going to have some more houses and stuff. I need to sleep here pretty soon. And once we've built up the blacksmith shop, we can actually finally craft some armor. I've been waiting for this moment just to make things feel a little more like realistic and honestly just a little bit more earned as well. So I think I'm going to start today off by actually gathering some materials. I have a pretty specific, I guess not specific, but I have kind of a general idea of the build style that I want to go with. So I am going to need some diorite here. I'll also need some granite as well. Ooh, and there's a ruined portal here. I'm going to go investigate that. And we have a few different armor pieces and tools here. Not too bad. This will definitely be nice because, yeah, I have nothing on right now. Also, one of the packs that I installed from Vanilla Tweaks is a rainbow enchantment pack, so yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep it. Probably long term, I'm going to turn off enchantment glitch, just because I don't really like it. Oh, and it's raining in the desert. That's kind of scary. And the thing I'm actually going to need the most of is actually sandstone. So this looks like a pretty decent place to get some. If I would have brought some extra wood with me, that is. And I just had another idea. I think I'm going to craft another saddle. And I'm going to head back and see if I can find that area that the donkeys were in. Which I'm just now realizing might be a little bit further than is worth. But I'm still going to try it anyway. Oh, found a new sunken ship. Let's see if we can find anything in here. Nothing really of value. And I think that might be the only chest on this type. Okay, and I think I headed in the wrong direction, actually. I thought that we saw the donkeys in episode 2, but I think it was actually when we were exploring in episode 1. So I think they're actually off in this direction. Ooh, I really like how this horse looks. Can I ride you? It's very bad though, an 8 meter per second with a 2.5 meter jump. Yeah, not great. That one's not too bad. Oh, got a little baby one here that's not great. That one's not too bad. Only a 2.7 meter jump though. But horses are not what we're looking for right now. Ah, there we go. There's a donkey. I actually had to look at the old episode, so I cheated a little bit to find him. But yeah, here we go. Its speed's pretty bad, and its jump is terrible, but it should work. So I think if we right-click these guys with a chest, yeah, there we go. We can actually get some extra storage on these guys, which was the entire point of me getting this guy. And I'm seeing a village in the distance, so I might go and visit that one. I think it's a different one than the one I found before, but I could be wrong. With everything I see in the background there, though, I'm pretty sure that that's actually the same one that we visited before. Alright. Ooh, and there's some more donkeys here. I think these are the actual ones that I saw before. As long as we have 2 donkeys, we should be able to make more. but I'm going to take as many as I can. And hopefully crossing the water won't be too big of a deal with these guys. Let's see. I kind of wish that you could put them in boats. Let's see. You know, they're keeping up pretty good, actually. Yeah, not too bad. Alright, and we've made it safely back home, and I quickly actually wanted to try something because I just remembered this. I think you can actually chain animals together now. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, okay. So let me... Okay, so these two are tied together. So if I right-click and then shift right-click... No. Right-click again, or maybe... I'm not sure how this is gonna work. Okay, so shears will actually allow you to unchain them. I'm thinking it might just work differently with babies, because I can't seem to get... Okay, actually I think I just did it. I'm not sure entirely why that worked, but yeah, we have them all chained together now. So if I just ride this one, they should theoretically all follow. Oh, it seems like they're not, though. Huh. Weird. Okay. Okay, but they'll all follow this one, strangely enough. I'm not entirely sure why. I wonder if it depends on the order, because I think this was the first one that I put on a lead. More experimentation is needed, I think. Okay, so if I put this one on first, then that one, then that one, then you, and they still don't want to follow this one for some reason. Okay, I think I got it to work. So I put the one that I'm riding on last. And so basically the baby donkey in the back, I did that one first, attached it there, then to that one, then to this one, and they all seem to be following now. Nice. So my plan with this is basically early game shulker boxes. Yeah, not too bad. Now the only issue I see with this is getting around corners is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Yep, we gotta do this truck trailer style. Gotta go for the wide turns. Alright, but I think I'm gonna get back to resource gathering, and yeah, then we'll come back here in a little bit and finally get started on that blacksmith's building. I've gathered up all of my materials, now I think I'm ready to begin working on the blacksmith shop. Let's roll that time lapse. Alright, and I'm just going to quickly interrupt this time lapse because as you can see in the top right hand corner of the screen, it is day 99, and as I sleep, well, it's going to be day 100. Ow, 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 ow. And to celebrate this milestone, I think I want to do something kind of special. I'm going to grab some wheat, some eggs, and some milk. Oh, and I'm forgetting sugar, and we actually need 3 buckets of milk. We can combine it all into a cake. And I think since we're working on this building today, I'll actually put this inside of the blacksmith's attic house here that I've been working on here. And I'll build just a nice little table for it and place it here in the center. And I'll just put a sign down that says 100 days survived and today's date, just so that I know in the future. But that's enough celebrating, let's get back to detailing this build. Alright, and here we are with a zombie making some noise in the background here. Here is the finished result of our brand new blacksmith building. And I don't remember if I explained this or not, but I'm going for almost a Tuscan style, like build style for this area. So I'm taking a lot of inspiration from like Italian builds and like that sort of the Tuscan style. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, that's kind of what we're doing here. So the main part of this build is actually this sort of awning area out here with the sort of the open area. This is all just made with various stone bits, like cobblestone, stone, and stone bricks. We also have acacia fences here and there just to add some details. And another little bit of detail here as well is that this pillar specifically has kind of started to deteriorate a little bit. So it's a little bit smaller, and like even down below here we have some gravel to represent that it's kind of fallen down. This building itself is in kind of rough shape. I think it would probably be the building that's been here in the city the longest, so I felt like it could use a little bit of like deterioration. Inside of this area here, we have the various things that are needed to actually, work with metal, such as an anvil, the furnaces. We have a blast furnace down here and a regular furnace up here. By the way, I decided to add a texture pack that just kind of replaces the interface on pretty much all of the containers and anything that we can really interact with. I just thought it would look a little bit nicer, and I think it does. We have a cauldron here that we can quench our metal in, a chain that's hanging above the anvil that I guess you would probably like hook something up to, like, I don't know, if you needed to hang a sword upside down for some reason, I don't know. And then this wall here on the back here, this is actually the shop itself. Now in the future I'm going to probably decorate this. I'll try my best to get around to it. But I do want to get some villagers in here that are actually like the blacksmith traders that we can actually get different like materials from. And of course the blacksmith shop is attached with a house up top. This is kind of where we get more of the Tuscan style. So we're using sandstone and acacia as well as granite. That goes for the same for this roof here as well. We're using acacia and granite as just kind of a little bit of texturing. I've also added leaves up here just to kind of give it more of an overgrown appearance. And then this chimney as well, I really like this chimney. We actually use walls. We have 4 walls in a square here that go up a few blocks, and then we have full blocks there, and then right here we actually have trapdoors, and inside of the trapdoors there are campfires, and that's what's producing the smoke. And then we just covered it up with some granite slabs, and that just kind of adds a little bit of extra detail to it. So yeah, that is our brand new blacksmith shop, and the first thing that I want to do with this is to craft some brand new iron armor. Here we go, and I just need the helmet now. I also accidentally broke my sword, so I'm going to craft a brand new sword, and we can put this on now. And yeah, we finally have a full suit of iron armor. And I'm gonna actually craft a armor stand, and I think I'll put this here in the corner, and this is where I'll put my gold armor that I was wearing that we found in that ancient portal or ruined portal chest. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good there in the corner. And now the next thing that I want to do in this world is to build up a few more houses. I'm gonna do almost a row home style, so we'll have probably 4 or 5 houses lined up right behind where my head is. And I'm going to do them at a little bit of an angle, not completely, but I think I want each one to be offset by a block. So kind of how the path is lined up here as well. So I'm going to gather up some more materials and get started with the row homes. So one of the biggest materials that I'm going to need is actually clay. Now, when I first started this world, there was a ton of azalea trees up above the surface of the desert, so I'm thinking that there's probably a lush cave beneath here, so I'm actually going to just start digging down here. And the benefit of doing this as well is that I'm actually going to get a ton of rooted dirt while doing this. Right, and it does look like we actually found a lush cave down here. Nice. Oh, and finally an amethyst geode as well. Not too bad. Oh, and this cave leads pretty deep down as well. So I'll probably not go all the way down, but we can at least explore what's up above here. Oh, and these are small drip leaves. I need those. Some hanging roots, I think these ones are called. Yeah, not too bad. These are really good for decoration as well. Same with these vines. Oh, right. I forgot that you don't actually get those from the vines themselves. You actually need to grab the glow berries. Alright, and I'm just taking a little break to gather up some wood. I was doing some detailing here, but yeah, we can see the build from the distance, and I think it's looking pretty fantastic. Now from this angle, it's not as detailed. I still need to sort of detail these upper walls up here. However, I have added these sort of backyards to the builds, and I think that looks pretty good. It is day 122 now, by the way. So this detailing has taken quite a while to actually do. So this is how the front turned out. I don't think I did a time lapse for this one. Each building has a planter box up top with various different types of like bushes. You can see the one on the right has a dead bush in the center. So my initial plan for this area was to actually add like 4 or 5 buildings here. However, these ones ended up taking quite a lot of space up. So I think I'll do one more here at the end, and I think that'll finish off the row homes that are here. Now I do have an idea for what I want to do on the end here. I actually want to do another sort of almost like this building, but definitely not in the exact same style. I think I want to add a library here. That way we can actually enchant our items, and I think it would fit in well here as well. And I'm thinking for kind of the rest of the space here in this area, I do have free cam, so I can probably do this here. So probably from around this area will be sort of a separate marketplace. So each, like we'll have a bunch of different items for sale and all of that. And then the area out here, I think is just going to be a horse farm or like a ranch basically. And so we'll probably end up smoothing out this area here as well. However, that will take a little bit of time as well. So we can take a look from up above the entire area here. And it's definitely changed a lot since we were last up here. I think that everything that we've done so far in this episode has really improved the overall appearance of this area. But yeah, anyway, I was just giving you guys a quick update here just to share my thoughts with you guys on what's going on so far. I think what I'm going to do right now is just replace the floor in here. One thing about leveling this up and putting it all the way up here is that it's pretty easy to fall through the floors. So yeah, I've just had to be kind of careful about that as I go. I've definitely not fallen through a few times already, but yeah, anyway, let's get back to the time lapse. And here are the back of the houses, fully decorated now. So as you can see, I am in cheaty free cam here. So I've added flower boxes to the backs of these ones as well. This house in the middle, I actually built incorrectly, technically. We're gonna say it was on purpose though, because I did actually give this one a balcony to sort of compensate. Basically, this wall is one too far back, so yeah, that's why it looks a little bit off, but I think it actually adds like a nice little bit of variance and detail, which I kind of like. I've added some more foliage to each of the backyards as well, making sure that each one of them has sort of has their own personality almost, but still kind of maintain almost that HOA sort of aesthetic where everything kind of lines up a little bit. I don't think that this area would have an HOA. This would be a pretty small HOA. But yeah, anyway, I really like how this area turned out, and if you just take a screenshot from here, it looks super detailed already, and we're basically missing half the town still. So talking about this last building here, the Blackstone, or not Blackstone, what is this one called? Deep Slate. Deep Slate, and I went with sandstone on top. I was gonna go for red terracotta. However, I felt like it stuck out just a little bit too much. I might use red terracotta on a different build later on. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I think that the sandstone and deep slate go really well together, actually. I was kind of surprised at how well they kind of complement each other. Of course, I still haven't decorated the interiors. I'm gonna wait until later on to do this, just because I feel like getting into the interiors is... it's kind of a rabbit hole that can take hours and hours, and I just want to make sure that this area feels correct, and I kind of get the nice aesthetics that I kind of want for this area. Now I'm still trying to decide what I want to do for this wall specifically, because this one just is going to be blank, so there's not going to be any more... Oops. There's not going to be any more buildings built next to this one. So I think maybe what we could do is have a little bit more, like maybe just some windows with some like window coverings, that sort of thing. Or we could do like a little balcony or something out here, just to make it so that it's not just a completely flat wall. You would see a lot of these in the real world with like just blank flat walls like that. And that would be either because the old buildings around it got torn down, or they would be anticipating building more near it, or simply because the build plans themselves just don't have any details for the sides there. And it is day 130, by the way, so this project has taken... Hello there, fellas. This project has taken quite a while to accomplish. About 50 days so far, I think, into this build. We started this city build on day 80, I want to say. Something like that, or maybe 88. So it's been quite a while, so yeah, this project is going to take a while to keep working on. Okay, these guys are gonna attack me. Okay. Alright, I get it. Okay. This might end poorly. Oh, jeez. I'd rather not die right now. Also, my keyboard is just not working with me right now. Uh-oh. This is a terrible time for it to stop working. Alright, I think I'm good now. Yeah, I don't know why it's been acting up a little bit recently. I'm not entirely sure why. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on. Let's fight. Let's fight. Okay, one down. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, I'd rather not die right now because I do have 33 levels. And it would take quite a while to build those back up, so... Okay. Only a couple more guys left. Come on now. This guy. There we go. But I think that that's going to be a pretty good place to leave off today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.